So, first of all, I want to say that I'm really impressed with the work that you're doing. I started a magazine at Brandeis called Chalav Dvash, and we deal with also with Jewish issues about Israel, and we try to steer people away from just talking about the conflict. And what I was interested in, what you're talking about, I was very interested with your diagram of the Israeli society, because I feel that it's very true in certain ways. Like, not that specifically like 6 or 7 different sectors of society, but the way in which you explained it about how the extremists on all sides sort of control the discussion. But my question is, you talked about how you have a readership of around 35,000 people, and that's a large group of people. But for a country of 7 million people, it's relatively a very small sector of the population. And so, do you think that, like, through your magazine, you are creating another sector of the population who, instead of believing that their sector should be the only one, right, is in its own way creating its own little self-segregated area of society that believes that everybody should get along? And through this, like, do you feel that that there's any way to sort of take this dream of the combined society that you're thinking of and bring it to a wider audience than just 2% or whatever it happens to be of the entire country?
Thank you for the question.
Okay.
I'll say like that. First of all, of course, I want a much broader readership than we have now. But this is it's for intellectuals.
Yeah.
And we really want people to read, and we believe that people will read when they won't have another choice. So I don't think that the center is so tiny as I painted it. I keep seeing that in Israel, center parties are being voted for, but they are totally empty. So they collapse. They don't have a real agenda. The center is Halul, is shallow. Doesn't have. So, Israeli center is the real thing, but it is in our hearts. It still has not been written. I believe in ideas, and I believe in philosophies, and I think that we should read down what it means, this center, okay? And I think I'm not alone there. I think that you can see that Israeli society, although it has gone through very tough times, it is not a crazy society. It gets rational decisions on many issues. I don't say that most of them, but it's because it has a real center. So it's not that I'm inventing a new sector. This is something that is there. So the question is how you create, you foster this 35,000 readers into something more. So I tell you, first of all, I have a lot of plans. Secondly,
what are they? What are they?
Well, some of them are Sodi.
Secret.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But no, I have ideas. I don't sell all my ideas, especially not to Yazamin.
Innovators.
On the web.
But I really think of Eretz Acheret as a new, as a way as like the the Zionist movement 100 years ago. Because what happened 100 years ago was that you had intellectual magazines of a more poor time that made Zionism. The ideas came, and the magazines and the ideas came before the movement. So I really think that newspapers and magazines are a big thing in reality, much more than people ever believe. And that it means that newspapers create the ideas or bring the ideas that afterwards change the world. So I think of Eretz Acheret as המעורר, המגיד, החבצלת, which were Zionist, very tiny magazines that were done by Brenner or by Pinsker or whatever, or by איך קוראים לו? Ben Yehuda, that really started the Zionist movement. And so I think that in a shallow, empty atmosphere, there is a place for new ideas to come. And of course, it should be done not only in this intellectual way, but intellectual thought is not something you can overcome. You have to build the first stage. Otherwise, people today want only the masses. Then, like the masses, but what happens is that when you the masses, you always pay the price that you don't really you don't relate. You don't relate to the intellectuals the way you should in intellectual or elite matter. You cannot just go over them. And if you don't relate to them the way you should, you pay very high prices. And this is what's happening in all the Western world, that we are just demolishing our the academy. In Israel, this is for true. I don't know what's happening in the state, but all what Madaya Ruach, the humanistics, and so on and so on. We are destroying a world that people have worked on this very hard, and this is very high prices. And when you work only on profit and only in masses, you pay very high prices.